here for a very special day. This is a very special time. Show me a hill I can climb. Give me a mountain to move, and I'll prove that it's a very special day. I woke up early this morning with gloom on my head. Had a big feeling to climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up, wake up. It's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat. Tell it to everyone you meet. That life is all for living and love is all for giving. So this is a very special day. Tell it to everyone along the way that this is a very special day. Climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up.
All right, it is time to wake up. What a beautiful morning, rainy morning out there. And I want to thank, I actually have Megan Chandler for the first time in the studio from Salem Crossing. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning.
And your first time at Wslm in the studio, and it's a rainy day, right?
Yes, it is.
Rainy days and Fridays don't get us down, though, right?
No, they don't.
It is a Friday.
That's right.
And Friday, and do Fridays, do you get a little more excited when there's Fridays?
I do.
Me too. Yeah.
I love a good Friday.
I do too, yeah. It's probably a little higher ranked than the Mondays, right?
That's right.
We're so glad to have you with us this morning. We're on to the third day of March. Isn't that crazy?
It is. The year's going by so fast.
I know. I do love March, but it's just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe we're already there. And then I want to remind everybody, is it this weekend or next weekend that we do time change? I think it's coming up, I know.
I think it's the 10th.
Yeah, the next. Not this weekend, but the next weekend, yes. Yeah, and that's we spring forward.
That's right.
Yeah, so we'll get our hour back, right?
Yes,
It was stolen in the fall. Okay?
That's right.
All right, that's my story. It wasn't taken, it was stolen.
That's right.
All right, we'll be anxious to get that back. All right, today is 33 Flavors Day. Do you remember the Baskin-Robbins used to advertise the 33 flavors?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Was there a certain flavor you liked?
No, I knew of Baskin-Robbins, but I never got to go.
Oh, we need to load up a road trip, Megan, and
Okay.
do that. And all I have to say is to Holly Thompson road trip, and Holly's in.
Okay.
So we need to do that. Grab her too. Well, I always like the 33 flavors because the one that I always tried to get because you couldn't really get anywhere else was the pistachio.
Oh,
Because
okay.
pistachio is kind of a harder. I mean, you don't usually hear your chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, which I do love. I don't really have one I don't love, but the pistachio is always so different. So I was trying to get that. So,
Yes.
And then they make like these ice cream cakes.
Oh.
Oh man, yeah, they're delicious. This is Canadian Bacon Day. Oh, we're gonna get hungry here. All right, we're gonna jump in and we'll come back to our days. I believe we have our Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch. Good morning, Suzanne.
Yeah, she's not with us quite yet. I need her in about 1 minute,
Okay.
and we'll call you right back. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's fine. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Are you gonna hold on?
No, I'll call right back with her.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so I thought maybe we'd get some music while we wait. Or maybe he was going to do a song. Canadian Bacon Day. You like Canadian bacon, Megan?
Yes.
Me too. I don't think the word bacon can't go wrong, right?
No, you cannot.
Anytime you hear that. Dress in Blue Day. We didn't do it.
Oh, I got blue jeans.
Oh, hey, there you go. Yeah. Well, I'm looking for anything blue, and I do love the color blue. I just don't have any on. And we talked earlier. You like the color blue.
I do. I do.
All right. Let's see. Employer Appreciation Day. Love that. Employer Appreciation. We appreciate everybody. Employee Appreciation Day. Love that so much, and definitely appreciate everyone. I want you to be happy day. I feel like that's very important, Megan.
I do.
Yeah.
Happiness is key.
Isn't it true? And doesn't it make a difference, like when you're somewhere and just like somebody, like a universal smile or just a little gesture or something?
Right.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Yeah. I want everybody to be happy day. Yeah. National Anthem Day. Love that. And Rick and Bubba took care of that. They always play the national anthem starting off their station every morning. National Cold Cuts Day. I love cold cuts, right?
Yes.
And the charcuterie boards have made them like completely popular, crazy, and everybody does it, right?
Holly does fantastic with the charcuterie board.
She did a at Halloween. Did you see the Halloween one?
I seen the Christmas one, not the Halloween.
Okay, she did like anybody eating breakfast, I hope it's okay. But she had a hand, and she had like veins and arteries. I mean, she had it was crazy the way she did the meat. And it was the coolest, creepiest. It could have gone in any competition. I would love to have put it next time. We'll come back to that in a minute.
Okay.
All right, I do believe we have our Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch with us. Good morning, Suzanne.
Good morning, Becky. I haven't talked to you in a while, and it's so good to hear your voice. Are you having your coffee?
I am. I got it right here with me. You know it, girl. Do you have yours?
Not mine. That's my Becky coffee.
I love that so much. Yes, and I have missed talking with you, so I'm so happy to have you with us this morning. I actually just got back from D.C. We had the NAB, National Association of Broadcasters. We went up on the Hill and tried to make some differences and talked about some of our concerns. But it's good to get back and get talking to another Hoosier here this morning.
Hey, before we get started, what are some of your concerns?
Well, there's some concerns about it's a Freedom Act of adding some extra charges for some of the music that we play for the artists. That's kind of a concern because we pay for every song that's on the radio. You pay for that and you pay fees, and then for the artist. We give them, free air, or they get free airtime because radio is free, and we promote their concerts. We get tickets to their concerts. We send people, and then of course any T-shirts they sell. So we just feel like an extra charge just is not needed.
Well, it'd be passed on to your listeners, right?
Right. Yeah. So we'll see how that happens, and so it was a good visit, nice visit, and I'm telling you right now, Suzanne, we didn't have all this rain.
Oh, my goodness. I remember being in Salem. I can't even remember how long ago it was. It was probably 3 years, 4 years when we had that just horrific flooding.
And I actually, if you remember, I got to hang out with you, and I realized how cool you were. And we really went around, remember? And I remember your remarks on everything, and I remember we were just attention to detail, went to all of these these businesses, these mom and pops that we all have here, and family-owned businesses, and it was tragic. It was crazy how fast that water rose there.
Well, and as you said, it happened so quickly. I went outside. I'm actually in Evansville, going to be heading up to Indianapolis later today, and I walked out in the garage to take our little dog out, and it was flooded.
Oh, wow.
It happened. Yeah, so, Mother Nature doesn't listen to us.
Right. And if you remember, and I know we're going to talk about some other great things, but if you remember, you did take on that. We stopped you by we were building the safe room here at our elementary school, and I remember you were so happy about that and so impressed with that. And so we have that in working, which works out to be a blessing if we did have, if we had flooding, extreme flooding, or if we had tornadoes. Or actually, if during the winter time there were some that had power outages, we utilized that room, and we're building 2 more rooms in our middle school and high school. And this spring we're going to do the ribbon cutting, and I would love for you to be there.
I would love to be there too, Becky. You let me know the details, and we'll do our best to get there and celebrate that with you.
Yeah, it's such a blessing because it's not, as a school corporation, we are, it's public school, and we are open for the citizens, and they're the ones that own it, and it's such a blessing when you can open it up and let it be utilized. Every day it's being utilized. We use it for classrooms, and it has purpose. But then in such a situation where there's a tragedy or something, it's such a blessing that we can offer that for our community.
Well, and I wonder too, Becky, I'm trying to remember. Help me. Can children that have intellectual developmental disabilities, that those would be children with autism, Down syndrome, or cerebral palsy, are they able to use that room if they're having sensory overload or their senses are stimulated or they're having a bad day? Can they go to that safe room?
Yes, we have certain designated areas, absolutely, which has worked out really well, very well on that, yes. And I also have some, go ahead, I'm so sorry.
Like I say, that kind of brings us, the reason I ask is March, as you know, is Disability Awareness Month.
Right, and I'm so glad to talk with you this morning and bring that attention. And I think sometimes we don't realize that, how, like, maybe we don't accommodate where we should, right?
Well, that's right, because I don't know about you, Becky, but I live in my little world, and I have to get outside of my world to understand that everybody's world doesn't look like mine. And so we have about 100,000 Hoosiers who have Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, or autism. And so as Lieutenant Governor, I chair the Intellectual and Developmental Disability Task Force. And so we work through that task force to ensure that Hoosiers with disabilities have safe, accessible environments where they can live and work and play just like the rest of us. Because I always say, Becky, that our friends with disabilities are really just friends with different abilities, right? I mean, they have the same hopes and dreams and desires as each and every one of us. They want to have a job and have friends and love and be loved and be successful in life. But we want to ensure that they have that same kind of success. I was actually earlier this week in Muncie, and I was at the Erskine Green Training Institute. It's a training institute where those high school kids and adults, but basically the high school, college-age kids who have a disability, to be able to train them to work in a profession and to work either in a restaurant or a hospital or an office. And it's an incredible opportunity for us Hoosiers that have intellectual and developmental disabilities. And I will tell you, I visited it and was kind of trying to highlight how House Bill 1160, which is about providing workforce training for that population and be able to give them meaningful jobs. It's authored by Ed Clear. He's a representative out of the New Albany area. So, not too terribly far from where you are, but when we have 3.1% unemployment in this state, and yet people with disabilities have a 80% unemployment rate. We've got 200,000 jobs in Renfield, Becky.
Right.
Take some of those individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities that want to work and have the desire and have the skills. They just need a little training to be able to do that. Let's get them that employment, and let's help our employers.
I agree. Oh, I say amen to that, absolutely. And I think, we have almost everywhere you go, everybody's looking for, for someone, they need workers, they need somebody to work and help, and that's awesome that's leading the way, and you're leading the way on that.
Well, I always say that we can't change the world, Becky, but we can change the world for the people whose lives we touch. And each of us have that opportunity every single day. You do it by highlighting issues and highlighting stories that people need to hear and that need to be told. And I try to do it through chairing the Intellectual and Developmental Disability Task Force, but also kind of leading the fight for more help for those Hoosiers who have mental illness or addiction.
I agree. Well, that's I think that you're bringing good news this morning for maybe those that were not realizing that this was being highlighted and that this was Awareness Month.
Absolutely. And there's another really, really important bill that's moving through the General Assembly, and that is Senate Bill 1. And it actually is focused on mental health here in Indiana.
Oh.
I travel the state, Becky, and I've been in all 92 counties many times over. And during COVID, when I would travel and I'd hear from teachers and Boy Scout, Girl Scout leaders about the amount of panic, anxiety, depression, suicide ideation, acting on suicide and self-harm that they were seeing among our young people, it really caused me concern, because that is the future of Indiana. 1 out of 5 Hoosiers struggles with mental illness or addiction. Bad things happen in COVID. One of the bad things is we all of us suffered some kind of mental health challenge. It might have been fear or uncertainty or isolation or depression. The good news is we all went through that, so we have a better understanding and a sense of urgency that now is the time to do something about that. And so Senate Bill 1 really is about establishing the 988 suicide hotline so people that need help have a number to call, and it'll be answered by trained professionals who will be able to get them connected to the services that will help them and hopefully save lives. We all of us know individuals that have suffered with mental illness and addiction. And, quite honestly, for me, Becky, it's personal because my mother, she struggled with depression. My brother, Larry, we buried him in November. He was an alcoholic. My sister, Nancy, who was 18 months younger than me, died in her early 20s by suicide. And then, of course, our daughter is, 15 years sober, and she also is bipolar. So I know that those Hoosiers that struggle, they've inherited genes that predispose them to these conditions, and they deserve an opportunity to have healthy, productive lives. So Senate Bill 1 will get them help. We'll move them in that direction. So I'm really excited about that.
Well, I am too. That is just so awesome because we have so many beautiful families in our community and surrounding communities that are going through this, and there's and years ago, let's go back, you didn't talk about it. There was like one of those hush-hush, and I think the positive that did come out of COVID is that people are talking about it and realizing, if you had a problem with your leg or something, you wouldn't have any trouble talking about it or going to the doctor about it. So how could you not say that if you have something that mentally that you need to talk to someone? And that's the thing that I'm seeing, even like, I'm on the school board. We're needing more people to go in this field to be able to talk and be able to have that counseling. And we've got people now where they're realizing and coming forward and saying they need help, but we got to get the help there for them.
That's absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And we need to think of how we deliver services. And I keep thinking that the future really is about technology. And how do we send messages to people? How do we connect to them and be sure that they get the help? You're absolutely right. We all have gone through that kind of struggle ourselves during COVID, and now people are talking about it. And I think, Becky, the reason we don't talk about it and haven't in the past is because we can't see it.
Yeah.
We see a broken arm,
right.
But we can't see that person struggling with mental illness all the time. But you know what? It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what you just said right there. It's okay. Sometimes, everybody thinks they have to be this perfect, or they don't feel like they can be that. Let that guard down, if you will, just to, share that they're not doing okay. But what you just said was, it's okay not to be okay.
No, it is, because we're not, we all have our challenges, and we all have our struggles. That's just life.
Yeah.
It's just what we go through.
Right. Well, I hope the colleges are putting out more, counselors, more therapists, more people that can, that they can help out, because I know we're in need, and I love that it's being, I think the more forefront, the more, we've been talking about it a lot on the radio, for months. So actually, during COVID and after post-COVID, and talking about how, and then, I was with the dinner up in Indianapolis with the Colts, and they're coming out. They were, they're kick the stigma. And I thought, what? I love everybody getting on board and everybody working together. That's what it's going to take for us to get there.
Yeah, and I co-founded the Indiana Mental Health Roundtable with John Lechleiter. He's the former CEO and president of Eli Lilly. And what we're trying to do is harness the corporate support to be able to come alongside the state and really put more resources into helping Hoosiers. So I'm optimistic for the future, Becky. I really am.
I am too. And I like that too. We need, down here in the southern part of the state, I know you're in Evansville, so that it, we just need to make sure that we get, plenty of that too. It's very important for us.
Yes, particularly in our rural areas.
Yeah.
We need to be sure that Hoosiers in our rural areas have access to those kinds of services. It's one of the reasons why one of the offices I oversee, the Office of Community and Rural Affairs, what we call it OCRA, and they provided some grant money to the IU Center for Rural Engagement, and they are putting in place a program in the libraries in some of our rural counties to be able to have a safe room where Hoosiers can come to the library, and then they can get online, do the telehealth, and connect to an IU social service, someone that has a bachelor's degree. And that person will be able to talk to them and then get them connected to other services. Because people in our area, as much as we've done in broadband, not everybody has the internet, so we've got to not forget about them. We've got to be sure that we're getting them help also.
I think that's beautiful, definitely. And yeah, no one gets left behind, and everybody needs to have access and have that. And I think we just got to keep showing that that's out there. And I appreciate that's one of the forefront that you're working on, and and trying to get, because I think that'll be fantastic.
Yeah, we're excited about it, and because people in rural Indiana, Hoosiers in rural Indiana, they need the same opportunities that people in more urban areas have. So we're working towards that, and won't stop until it happens.
Right. And I think that it affects all family members. I think, a lot of the family members will be glad to hear good news, and I think that it sometimes you just, you don't know where to start and, and how to deal and what to do. So it sounds like, some seeds are being planted, and it looks like there's going to be some growth, among this.
You're absolutely right, because it does affect the whole family. It affects the community. It affects our workforce. And it affects the lives of those Hoosiers that, as I said before, they've inherited genes that predispose them to these conditions. We don't choose the genes we get, And, one of my family members said they got all the bad genes in the family. I said, it's not the hand you dealt, it's how you play it that's important.
Yeah.
But Becky, we've got to give people some good cards to play.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Well, so are there any other projects that you're working on right now?
Well, we are at the break between sessions, so we finished the first half of session, and House bills will come over to the Senate, Senate bills will go over to the House, and we will finish the process by the end of April. Legally, there's only one bill we have to pass. That's the budget bill. So there's a lot of work being done on that. But there were 1,100 bills that were filed, Becky, so there's a whole lot of bills out there. I'm going to guess that about somewhere around 325, 350, somewhere between 300 and 350 bills will actually become law. That's kind of what I'm projecting. So it's going to be a busy second half of the session, but I'm looking forward to being on with you as we work through the session and talk about some more bills.
I'd love that. Well, let's definitely visit again. Let's talk again and stay with us. And I love talking with you, and I love hearing what you're shaking it up and doing, and I appreciate that. And I know our listeners do too, for our state, and we've got a beautiful state, and Hoosier hospitality is like none other, and helping each other, and and we've seen it with the tragedies coming up on, remember the one Henryville, we had Pekin, we've had flooding, we've had all of that, and we have, and it's like none other how our community and the surrounding communities come together to help, and that just shows a lot how strong and how solid our state is.
You're absolutely right, Becky, and all of your listeners in Wslm in Salem, have a great weekend.
All right, thank you, Suzanne. Take care. You too.
Bye-bye.
All right, wonderful. I appreciate Suzanne Crouch, and she is with our Lieutenant Governor, so pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and it was awesome when she came. I'm going back to the flood area, and down, she's come when there's been, but like for her to see the different I guess, effects that we had on that flood. The flood itself, do you remember it, Megan?
I do.
And it was like nothing I've ever been through.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah, it was like something, when you look down your streets and you see speedboats
Right.
going down the streets, and you know what I mean, it was a really weird visual.
Right.
Yeah. And then to see, we do, sometimes our bridges do flood, but to see the extent of it and how fast that water was going.
Yes, and how much damage it caused.
Oh, yeah. And just like in a home, when it comes up so high in a home, no matter what, I mean, there's hardly anything you could do, because once it's dirty water,
Yes.
and once and that was what, and, I remember our mayor talking about, your refrigerators, your stoves, and then a lot of times when you turn in money for government help, which, no offense to the government, but it takes a little while, right?
Yes, it
Well, he's
does.
like, our people need to be able to cook tonight. You know what I mean? We need, or be able to function. You can't wait for months before you get a refrigerator or an oven, or, you know what I mean, right?
I agree, yes.
And he was like really on it. I just remember him really going to bat for that, and I thought, that's exactly right, because you want to get back as close as you can to somewhat normal, but then, and then they didn't have a home to go to, so yeah, it was really that was a real eye-opener, I guess, for us. But, yeah. So we don't want to do that.
No.
Pray today's different, right? This rain, but I'm hearing it just pouring. It's just pouring. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I have. I can always tell you how bad it is when my dogs don't go out. I go to send them out, and they're like, "No, we're not doing it. Not today."
Too much rain today.
Yeah. So they go back to sleep. But anyway, we were talking about Megan. So, anyways, thank you to our Lieutenant Governor for calling in. But Megan, let's jump back in, and we're so glad to have you in the studio and with Salem Crossing, and that probably has to be very. Well, let's do this real quick. Hang on, I do want to go back. Let's do we were on our today's National Cold Cuts Day. Love that, charcuterie boards, love it. Great. National Day of Unplugging. Do you ever unplug your phone and or your electronics,
Yes.
and just have a down day?
Yes, some days you just need to get away from the internet, your phone, and just have a you day.
Yeah, I agree. National the Moscow Mule. Remember, they're like served in it's like a drink, I guess. I've never had one. I don't think,
yeah.
But I've seen them. They're really pretty.
I haven't had one either.
Yeah. National Mulled Wine Day. Okay.
Okay.
Is it mulled or mulled? Mulled. Maybe mulled.
Yeah.
Mulled, sorry. National Soup It Forward Day, and it shows a big bowl of chicken noodle soup I love. Oh, yeah.
Broccoli cheddar is my favorite, but I'm down for some chicken noodle.
Broccoli cheddar is just fantastic. And if you happen to have a baked potato, and you
Yes.
come on, is it not just good?
It is amazing.
Yeah, it is. And it's hard to find broccoli cheddar. I mean,
It is.
like if you go to a restaurant or something,
Right.
you just don't. It's not that popular. It needs to come back strong.
It does.
All right, National Speech and Debate Education Day. I like a good. There's a difference. Okay, like a healthy debate. You know what I mean?
Right.
I love that. My dad actually was over the debate team here at Salem,
Okay.
and they used to have a debate team, and he always explained it like, Megan, we talked earlier, some of the colleges that you like.
Yes.
I'm not, it's not, who I get behind, but it's okay. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you can have that healthy debate of why you are feeling that they are number one,
Right.
and then I can have a debate of why I feel mine are number one. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the debate is good, especially like if you're in on a board or making decisions in a group. It's nice because you don't want everybody thinking the same.
Right.
You want the different thoughts. You want the different thinking. You don't want everybody having the same. You know what I mean?
I agree.
You want that different coming too. So a good debate or it's a good speech and debate. I remember every time, like I've had to do a few debates, and I remember every time my girls had to do one, I remember just like, let me help. You know what I mean? They're like, get out, quit. I'm like, no, I want to help. I love that because it's and you can debate just about anything. Whatever subject they would give you, you would have to come up with
Right.
why it's good or why it should. But anyway, so I love that. All right, can you tell?
Yes, I can.
Very passionate about Peach Blossom Day. Okay. All right. Talk in third person day.
Oh.
Have you ever when you talk to somebody and they talk like that?
Yes. I have been with someone who's done that, and I'm just like, okay.
I know. It's at first like, what? And then you're like, okay. Do you remember the Seinfeld? Are you a Seinfeld fan?
I've watched it occasionally, but I haven't watched all of it.
Well, Elaine was, there was a guy that she was interested in, but the guy that she was talking to was talking third person. So she thought she was talking about the one, it's a funny episode. She thought he was talking about the one that he was interested in, but he was actually talking about himself.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was really funny. Okay, talking third person day. Let's see here, TB 303 Appreciation Day. Okay. What if cats and dogs had Thumbs Day?
That would be interesting.
They could give us a thumbs up.
That's right.
Well, after you feed them.
Thanks.
I would probably drop to the floor laughing if I saw that, right?
I would too.
Yeah, that'd be great. World Day of Prayer. Oh, I need that. Can't get too much.
Yes.
We actually, in D.C., we took a little, a night, and we went to the Mount Vernon to go see Washington, where his home.
Yeah.
It was so cool. And his wife, Martha, was really extreme. Like, she prayed every day, like an hour every day. And I thought, that's so good.
It is.
That's something to really get involved in. to commit and do.
I agree.
I love that. So World Day of Prayer, and we should really hit that and do it every day, yeah. World Wildlife Day, it shows like an African safari. What's your favorite, like, animal? Like, if we were going on a safari, Megan, what would we go see?
I like the white tiger.
Wow, I didn't see that one
Yes.
coming. That's cool. They're gorgeous, aren't they?
They are. They're beautiful.
And just the way they walk, and just their big
Yes.
paws.
Yes.
That's cool. Well, I was going to say, if it was I kind of do the elephants. I like the elephants.
Yeah.
I like the way they commit to each other.
Right.
I like the way they're mommies. They're really good. Usually and everything. So I think that's pretty cool. But like if I was going a little bit further, like I'd like to go see the gorillas.
Oh yes.
Like, would that not be the silverback? I'd be a little
Yes.
afraid.
Just a little.
Because I have a tendency to stare. And I don't think they like that.
No, they don't.
So, Megan, you might not want to bring me with you,
Yeah.
okay?
No,
or
just
put some sunglasses on me.
Yes, no, just so.
Where's the sunglasses for Becky? Yeah. So, anyway, those are those days. Get out and enjoy, for sure. All right, Megan, we're so glad to have you in the studio. And this is your first time here, so
Yes,
you are
it is.
brave, and you're doing fantastic. But thanks for hanging out with me this morning. And let's talk about some of the things that you do, because it worked out really well that we had our Lieutenant Governor on talking about disabilities and
Yes.
things going on with that. And at Salem Crossing, you guys are just rock stars in that, right?
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah, you are. You guys are fantastic. So what tell us about your job description. What
Okay.
do you do, Megan?
So my job title is Memory Care Support Specialist. So I oversee our cottage, which is our dementia unit. I do all the social work, and I do oversee activities. I have 3 amazing activity assistants that help me throughout the days. But I spend most of my time on the cottage with our residents and just trying to help and be there for the families who are grieving with the dementia diagnosis of their loved ones. So that mental health and dementia and anything with the brain has always been it's always been my jam. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and that's just always been my passion.
Oh, you're analyzing me right now. Oh, since
No.
you walked in this door, I'm being analyzed. I
No.
know you are. I love that, though. That's awesome.
Yes, so that's just, it's always been a passion for me, and I love Salem Crossing. I've been there for a good 3 years now, and it's a good place to be.
No, that's fantastic. So you've been there for 3 years, and
Yes.
so where did you call home before Salem, or have you been in Salem for?
I've lived in Pekin and Salem my whole life,
Okay.
and I've just kind of branched out. I worked at the Census Bureau for a little bit throughout college, but this is my new home. Salem Crossing is the place to be.
Oh, how apropos. I love that so much. Well, what I was so impressed with, of course, I would hang out with Holly. If you get to hang out with Holly, you're like really awesome. Holly's
Right.
fantastic. I'm a Holly fan. But like when I was hanging out with her, when they were working on this, and I love the strides and the attention to detail.
Right.
And this is very passionate to Holly too.
Yes, it is.
And so I love that she took that passion, and just like you are, and making it so much better, and working like every day trying to figure out something new to do to help
Right.
in this.
Yes. Holly kind of passes all of her knowledge on to me. Her background was social work too, so she's passing all the knowledge on to me.
How compliment, you guys compliment each other very
Yes.
much. Yeah, definitely. Well, and then did you agree with our Lieutenant Governor about how it's getting where we're able to talk about this and kind of, and more, we're seeing it more.
Yes, I love that. I love the whole bill that she's passing for mental health. Mental health was always on the back burner for so many years because no one wanted to talk about it.
Right.
And the analogy where you said if you have a broken bone, you can see it and fix it, but with mental health, it's not seen.
Right.
So I love that.
Yeah, and I love that it's being more talked about and everything like that.
Yes.
So is there a connection sometimes between that, the two, the dementia?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So with dementia, like, I think that, so the families themselves always have a lot of depression when it comes to putting their loved ones in there.
Oh.
No one ever wants to put their loved ones in a nursing home. There's a big talk about the nursing homes, but that's why we try to make it home-like.
Yeah.
We call it our cottage. We don't call it a unit because we want it to feel homey. We don't call them rooms. We call them homes.
Okay.
So we have a cottage language is what we call it. We try to make it as personal as we can.
Right. Well, I think any kind of change is always a little more difficult. Like, you know, when you're going, especially a loved one, or you know, and especially when you're a caretaker.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You try to do everything, and you feel like, oh, I can do this, but the resources are just not available for the normal, or for an average, or the person usually for the caretakers.
Right.
You know, but then when they come and they see how well and how, I guess, what I'm trying to say, better, or how much their loved one is growing, or
Right.
or what am I, blossoming, what am I trying to say, like succeeding, or
succeeding or engaging or
Engaging
even
maybe showing the true colors, like being
Yes.
more where they have that opportunity. I mean, they have to come back and say how grateful and how happy they are
yes,
with the decision that they made. It was a big decision.
very.
And I understand that. You know what I mean? And I think that's, you know, we all in our minds think we can do everything,
Yes.
you know? And sometimes you just can't.
Sometimes you just need a little help.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And that's such a blessing that we have got. And I think with Salem Crossing, I think that's something that Salem Crossing has worked very hard to say, what are the needs in our community? What are our needs? What do we need?
I agree.
And this is something, because there's not a lot of these around.
No, there's not. Not around here, at least.
Yeah. So it's awesome we have such a facility. Kind of explain some of the different sensory items, or not items, but what do you call it, sensory techniques that you have, because I do know some of them, but is there anything new, or?
Well, we have a lot of sensory items at the Salem Crossing. On our cottage, we have a sensory room, actually.
Yeah.
So in that, we have, like, light therapy, we have music therapy, aromatherapy. We have a lot of sensory pillows, and we call them fidget pillows. So we'll have a pillow. Sometimes our families make them for us. There'll be a button section. They can, like, wrap rope around it. There'll be zipper sections, and there'll be, like, different fabric that all have different feels. So we have a lot of sensory items back there to help if a resident is ever feeling overstimulated.
Right, and I love that. And that's just a time, kind of a chill out
Yes.
area. Right.
Yeah.
And I always loved, I was so impressed with the pets too.
Yep, we have robotic cats and dogs.
I love that.
Yep, once they get in front of someone, if you wave the hand, they'll meow, they'll bark, they'll move the head and purr, and the residents love them.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, I think that's very nice. And I think like your blankets.
Yeah, and we have weighted blankets. Those are always, sometimes residents like them, sometimes they don't. It's kind of hit and miss with those. Yeah.
I bought one for someone, and note to self, just because it's the same price to buy the heavier one, don't get so heavy.
Right.
I thought, well, this is the same price. You know, it was all the same price for the heaviness, and I got a real heavy one, and they couldn't move. It was, so that's note to self.
Yep.
Heavier blankets are not always the better.
That's right.
And when you're talking about a weighted blanket, So, but I love that that, and I know that there's like sensory, and that's something that we've learned is like good from like different textures.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. So if you're ever like feeling overstimulated, sometimes we pull the resident into that room And sometimes that is one of the things that will help them is different textures, just feeling something, feeling a calming texture, kind of.
Right. And I'm sure the families, they come and visit, and I'm sure they're very excited to see the different techniques.
Yes, they are. The families there are amazing.
Yeah. So Megan, when you first, being there 3 years ago, let's go back to that first day, has it grown a lot since?
It has. So I started out, I didn't even go there for that job. I went there for a CNA, and then Holly found out about my background, and she's like, can I mold you into this person? And I was like, okay.
Oh my goodness, I love that. I know, I love that so much. That is so good.
Yeah. I was like, let's go.
Let's do this, yeah. Oh, that's wonderful.
So, but yeah, it's been a great experience, and I love it.
Right. Have you done anything new, like any new sensory, or is there any new breakthrough on sensories or anything?
Right now, no, but I'm every day I'm trying to find something, like something new that would help the residents.
Right. And approximately how many residents do you know, or is that
our cottage holds 30. We have about, on an average, we normally have about 26 to 28 at least.
Wow, so it's full then, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
We're pretty full.
Definitely. Well, that's good though. Yeah,
Yes.
and that's a nice amount. That's a nice number. Yeah. So, and I think that's a blessing for families to know that that's available.
Right.
Now, are we seeing more, I guess, Alzheimer's more? Are we seeing more of that? And, you hear all these different things that causes or reasons. I mean,
right.
And are there any breakthroughs in some of the medications or anything? Or
they have some dementia medications, but I haven't seen an updated version yet. It's still the same old dementia drugs.
Yeah.
I do feel like in generations coming up, there's going to be a lot more dementia-related diagnoses, but I hope with the research, maybe we can find more for it.
Right, and that's what I hope. Wouldn't it be a wonderful breakthrough? Like if there was something, I don't think we're there yet. Though.
No.
No.
The Salem Crossing donates to the Alzheimer Foundation every year. We do our chicken barbecue and.
Oh, the chicken barbecue is like none other.
Yes.
And you have to sign up quick because those go quick.
It goes very quick.
And that chicken is everything's so good, and you get the bag and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I went to the walk in Louisville, which was really awesome, and we had the flowers.
Yes.
I mean, Salem Crossing is very involved.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We love all things Alzheimer's and dementia, and we try to help out as much as we can.
Right. And I think it's so hard for the families. Do you talk with the families too?
Yes. So we have what we call customer cares. So all of our department heads have a certain group of residents, and we call every month, every week. We try to make a relationship with all of our families as much as we can.
Right. I think that's so important. I think that Alzheimer's would. I've not had it like a loved one personally, but I know that those that have, and I know that I think it's one of the hardest. Yes. I mean, as far as just trying to, as a family member, trying to cope with or try to understand.
I agree, because you are watching your loved ones go back to a moment when they don't remember you, because they always go back to their younger years. So when they were younger, they might have not been involved in their life.
Right.
So it's always hard to watch that.
Yeah, I think that's very difficult for sure. I hope that they can make strides and make it where like maybe is a thing of the past. Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be amazing.
Yeah. So. Well, and I love that they keep doing research and keep on keeping.
Yes.
So, and I'm sure, Megan, that I'm sure you get updates regularly about things. Yeah.
Yes, me and the Alzheimer's Association out of Louisville are in contact, and we at least talk at least once a month.
That's great. Well, it's good to have that networking and have that where you can talk and kind of, if they have ideas or you have ideas and share those. That's wonderful.
They have an amazing network. They are actually where I get some of my activity ideas from. So,
what kind of activities do you do?
So we try to include like physical, mental, spiritual, all of them into a day of activities. So we start off the morning, we'll do like coffee club and daily chronicle. So we'll drink some coffee, we'll go.
Oh, you have a coffee club?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love this so much. I knew Holly Thompson. I think now that you said that, I think I do. I love her. That is so. I'm so happy. That's awesome. Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
You just went up a cooler degree here, Megan. Okay, that's so awesome. Okay.
Yes, we love the coffee on the cottage.
I love that. I need to come hang out.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We do it about 9 o'clock every day, so.
Okay.
We'll go over the newspaper, and then around 10:30 we'll do what we call baker's special. So we'll do like a home cooked, either cookies, cinnamon rolls, something that smells scrumptious for the residents to eat. They love helping make it. They love the smell of it, and then of course they love to eat it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's awesome.
Yes, so they love it. We love it. It's a win-win all around.
So do some of the families, like, do they give suggestions of what their loved one might like or something?
Yes. So every time I get a new resident, we have a detailed meeting, and we go over like activities they liked back in the day, where they worked, what they did, if they were religious, so we can include that into our activity calendar.
I love that so much. And of course, we know like baking. I mean, how important that is, right?
Right, because when we have a good group of women who were just stay-at-home moms, so that's all they did. They baked, they cooked, they cleaned. So we have therapeutic chores that they can do. Some will like to clean up their room, so we'll give them a dustpan and they'll just go clean. They'll organize for other residents and just, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's awesome. And I know like, do you guys get to do any, I guess gardening will be coming up before too long. We'll be
Yes.
talking flowers and gardening, right?
So we have a courtyard on our cottage, and it's gated, so it's safe for them to be out. And Holly actually, with her Girl Scouts, made raised beds
Oh,
for like
they
plants and vegetables.
I love that.
So yes,
Go
so
Girl Scouts. Okay.
when the weather is permitted, we do take residents out there, and if they see like weeds or something, they want to pull them, or if we'll give them a plant to help us plant. When last year we had the raised beds, so we got to pick like tomatoes off tomato plants, and it was just really good.
So you kind of do the farm to table.
Yes.
I mean, I love that so much.
Yes.
Well, and I think we're all chomping at the bit for this weather for us to have
Yes.
start growing. I love the dirt. I love flowers and plants and vegetables. I love all that.
Yes.
A little early.
It is a little early.
So, do you actually have regular plants though too throughout, or just or more?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we got like roses back there, like rose bushes.
Oh, love that.
My activity assistant is the one that does most of it because she's amazing with the green thumb. So I don't know the names of all of them. I know
Okay.
in the fall we do the mums.
Oh yeah.
Just the different. We have a lot back there.
Right. So what about if someone is listening and they're thinking about that, or maybe just wanting to know more? Do you give tours, Megan?
Yes, we give tours. You can just call us up, or you can even just show up. And then we have pamphlets on our cottage and stuff, and we have a lot of resources that we can help with families.
I love that, and I'm sure that the families appreciate that too.
Yes.
Well, Megan, you're pretty awesome, and Salem Crossing right here located and in Salem, and it's a blessing that we've got such a wonderful facility. And your
Right.
sister facility is Meadowview,
Yes.
which we talked with them, and they have so many great things going on too. So it's awesome to have. We're very blessed that we have both
Yes.
great facilities in our community.
Very blessed.
And in your specialty, you have a lot of specialties, but and you guys are always partying at 7 o'clock.
Yes, we are.
In my head, every day's a party, right?
Yes.
So you guys miss out on there's no party left behind, right?
That's right. We love staff morale, so we try to include a lot of activities for our staff as well.
And that you do, and you keep it up. But then also, it's such a blessing we've got this wing, for the cottage for that.
Yes,
So,
I agree.
yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. So, Megan, keep up the great work and everything. So, I'm going to switch gears for a second here. And tonight we have basketball. Salem Lions will be playing Corydon tonight. So,
Oh, good.
yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yes, I know. A basketball game tonight. So, it's going to be rainy. And, of course, we always suggest go out and support the youth.
Right.
But if you can, then we'll be broadcasting it on the air. So, and I think it's at 6 p.m. tonight. So, a little bit earlier game. Some of these games are late, so.
Right.
So it's nice, 6 p.m. So tune in tonight and put on your black and gold. And then we have Scottsburg will be playing Silver Creek. That'll be a good game too. So,
Yes.
anyway, so we have high school basketball action on WSLM. Also, Megan, this is kind of cool. Have you heard of the shower orange trend?
I have not.
I haven't either, so I don't know, and I hope that it's not going to be bad, because I'm going to jump in here and explain it, okay? I haven't pre-read this, Megan, so we're learning
Okay.
this together, okay?
That's okay.
Okay, so are you a TikTok person?
Yes.
I'm a little bit obsessed. I'm trying to back off, but I've not done very good, okay? If we're confessing here. Well, there's a new trend on TikTok where people are eating oranges in the shower.
Okay.
Did not know that.
No.
I've not seen that.
I have not
Yeah,
either.
that's funny. It looks like it's a TikTok trend. This one seems to be less dangerous than some of the other ones. You know, some of the trends on TikTok you don't want to do, you
No.
know, and dangerous, right?
Right.
But this one, okay, so supposedly eating an orange in the shower has several benefits.
Okay.
Okay, and I know, Megan, I know you just asked, what benefit, Becky?
Yes,
What
what
benefit?
benefits?
Let's talk in third person. Becky, what benefit? Okay, first of all, number one is a less mess.
That's true.
I agree. And, you know, there's no way, which I do love oranges, but like when you peel an orange, like that sticky,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you half it and peel it, or do you just peel the whole orange? How do you?
I just peel the whole orange.
Yeah, you too. Okay, okay. So if you eat it in the shower, it's less mess.
Okay.
Peeling and eating an orange is messy in general, but being in the shower makes it easy to rinse off.
That's true.
Okay. Number two, you get an enhanced sensory experience. Okay, you're all about sensory, Megan. Is that true?
I mean,
Megan, come on, you're the professional. I'm gonna leave that one to you. What do you think, Megan?
I
If
mean,
you were a cat or a dog, would you give it a thumbs up?
I guess I'd give it a thumbs up.
Well, so what? An enhanced sensory experience.
I don't really know. Like, eating an orange in a shower, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to give a little bit of a confession.
Okay.
So a little weird fact about me. I love drinking coffee in my shower.
Okay.
Like, I love, like, a hot shower and a cup of coffee.
Okay. Maybe that's what the sensory is.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's
I don't know. I
just-
just like the warmth of the heat of the
Yeah.
shower and then the coffee experience.
Maybe it's just like mentally enhancing then.
I won't tell you how much my water bill is. But
It's okay.
Maybe. But I don't do it all the time. Hang on. Let me say that. But I do like a good cup of coffee in my shower. Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Megan says okay. That's okay. Am I okay then?
You're
Megan
okay.
gave me the okay. I appreciate that. Okay. But anyway. Okay. So apparently eating the orange in the shower gives you a little bit of sensory experience. Here we go. The shower's heat is supposed to enhance the smell and taste of the orange.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hang on. All right, so I will go a little bit more personal. I take eucalyptus
Yes.
and I have that in my shower. And then
Yes.
when that heat and the steam of the shower hits that eucalyptus,
Yes.
I'm telling you what, Megan, it makes me feel like I'm somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Yes.
like it is a good smell. You know what I mean?
Aromatherapy is a wonderful thing to do.
Amen to that. I'm totally into that. So this would be with the orange, okay? So it makes the smell and the taste of the orange. So your shower may smell and feel more like a fancy hotel or spa.
Okay.
Hello. You know, if you take like orange peels and you put them in your
Yep.
warmer, you know, people do that all the time.
Yeah.
So if you put it in the hot shower, I guess it would warm the
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
peels. Yeah.
That's awesome.
The only thing that I could see maybe, what if you didn't peel very well or something? What if you
Yeah.
clogged the drain?
Yeah, that would be
You know what I
bad.
mean? You have to be careful. You know what I mean? You might have a clogged drain. Oh, that's just my oranges.
It's fine.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. All right, so Megan, okay, hang on. One more. Citrus fruits have health benefits.
Okay.
We know that.
Yep.
Getting more citrus in your diet is a good thing. Oranges are a great source of vitamin C, and only about 10 to 12% of adults in the U.S. are getting enough daily fruits and vegetables. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. All guilty here. So, even though eating oranges in the shower is not a new thing, it popped up and a few years ago and is coming back around, and to show that it's a thing to do.
Okay.
So, okay, Megan, I'm going to ask, would you eat an orange in the shower?
I mean, I don't think I would personally, but
Okay.
if it has a lot of health benefits, I guess I'd be down to try it.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes oranges have seeds. So,
Oh,
you're right.
yeah.
So I'm thinking about that. And then sometimes if you can't get that pulp off good,
Yeah.
sometimes you got a little bit more. I guess you'd have to have the trash can beside it.
That's true.
Blow out those seeds out of the shower. Think if you were brushing your teeth and your spouse, all of a sudden you saw a seed go flying through the shower.
Oh, gosh.
I might worry a little.
Yeah, I'd be
But
worried.
and I don't know that I want my. Okay, I'm not opposed to the smell and the aroma and all that. I like that idea. I'm not. I think I might try it. I think I'm gonna have to go get an orange and try this. just to why not, right? But I don't know if that sogginess. I don't know, because if the shower's hitting that orange, is it not going to make your orange a little soggy?
I think it would.
Yeah. These are things
I
to
guess
think
we're
about.
just going to have to try it.
I
and
guess
see
we're gonna
how
have to
goes.
try it. We're gonna try it. I guess all the things I'm thinking about. Would it be how it would be? But maybe we'll just try it and see. But I am for the smells, and I love that. Yes, like the spas and the
Yes.
eucalyptus. I use the eucalyptus, and I love that. So
Yes.
and it brings it right back to life anytime it gets wet. The eucalyptus. So I love that. And I do love drinking coffee, which probably would be the smell feeling good, right?
Right.
Yeah. So also, let's see some random facts for Friday. Okay. Okay. Scientists in South Africa discovered that at night, dung beetles, wasn't to say beetles, seem to be able to roll balls of, oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Oh, I need to read this. I went, okay, in straight lines guided by the Milky Way. Okay, I don't know. Okay, that, I'm so sorry. I'll put an apology. Put a disclaimer here on that. I'm so sorry. Okay, all right. This is kind of cool. Okay, this is something not bad. The average coin stays in circulation for 30 years.
Okay.
The average bill only lasts 18 months.
Wow.
So do you have much change? I mean, is that something, like, don't you think that's kind of a thing of the past?
Yep, I am all old time though, because I have lots of change. That's how I save for vacations. I'll put my change in a big, 5-gallon bucket, and then at the end of the year I'll cash it in, and that's how I do vacations.
Look at you. Good savings account. Good food for
Yes.
Yeah, good. Yeah. That's really good. Really good. Well, I know I don't want to talk too much about the DC trip, but we were on the DC trip, and we were going to take the metro,
Yeah.
and someone needed a nickel. And it was funny because we were all scrambling to find a nickel, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
And we did find one, but it was just funny because that's something like you just don't,
Right.
the coins are just kind of a thing. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. But like you do, save them up and
Yep.
it'll pay off, right?
Yes, it will.
Okay, here, this is cool. A full day on Saturn would in just 10 hours, 33 minutes, and okay, a full day on Saturn would be 10 hours, 33 minutes, and 38 seconds long.
Okay.
Okay. All right, all right. The Sacramento Kings have the longest playoff drought of the MLB and NFL and NBA. Team 16 years and counting, and they're positioned to they're in a position to end that this year. So it looks like they're going to do better this year. So,
Good.
all right, and we're going to be baseball before too long.
That's right.
And I carry the Cincinnati Reds, and I also carry the White Sox.
Okay.
So that's cool, Chicago. So we'll make a trip up there and spend some time with them. And I'm newly with them, and they're a really cool team to work with. So you like
Good.
baseball, Megan?
I'm more of a basketball fan, but I do watch baseball.
I know you said you're a basketball fan. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. I love a good baseball game too, though. There is an annual marathon in Wales where people compete against horses. A person has won 2 times since the race started in 1980 and in 2004 and 2007. How could you do that? How could a person compete against a horse, right?
I have no idea.
I don't know that either. I don't know that that's possible.
No.
But anyway, so we'll leave it at that, okay? So the moral of the story is, Megan, so real quick, do a recap. We talked with our Lieutenant Governor, and they're working on some good bills. And that's a blessing. I'm so glad that you were here today to hear some of that.
Yes, me too.
And very, very much in tune with what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I would like to say publicly, keep up the great work. I'm very proud of you guys over there.
Thank you so
And,
much. We appreciate
and
it.
thank you for all you do, really, because that's a lot. We know. And nursing and your host staff and everybody involved, from the cleaning to the cooking to the
Yes.
maintenance to the laundry, everybody. It takes the whole family, everybody working together, and you guys are fantastic.
It truly does. We appreciate that so much.
Well, I just want to make sure that gets said often.
Yes.
Also, so thank you, Megan. You're really cool. Come back and visit with me and come back and see me. I'd love that. And also, want to remind everybody we'll be carrying the basketball games on tonight. Megan, you have to tune in. You like basketball. We got Salem and Corydon. And we got so Corydon Panther and a Salem Lion. See what happens when a lion and a panther comes together.
Guess we're about to find out.
Yeah, I think so. And in Scottsburg, we'll be playing Silver Creek, Scottsburg Warrior, and Silver Creek Dragon. So what happens with a dragon and a warrior. So, always fun. Megan, let's thank our sponsors, and I don't know if that list is over there. I should have it right here. I do. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. Meadowview Healthcare Center, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Fox Curly Wealth Management, AFP, and Fantastic Sam's. Don't forget Fantastic Sam's are hiring if you're looking for a career opportunity over there. So, Megan, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. You're pretty awesome, and keep up the great work. And tell everyone I said hi over there, okay?
I sure will. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Fantastic Sam's Cut and Color is hiring stylists. If you're driven, creative, and ready to make an impact, then we're looking for you. We offer competitive salaries, flexible schedules, and professional training. So bring your creativity, style, and drive to your local Fantastic Sam's today and show us what you've got. Fantastic Sam's. Real salon experiences. Real savings. Real fantastic.
Are you ready to rock? Thunderstruck, America's AC/DC tribute, is coming to French Lick Resort Friday, March 10th. Don't miss the high-voltage concert by one of America's hottest tribute bands. From TNT to Dirty Deeds and more of your favorites, it's everything you love about AC/DC in one electric show. Tickets are going fast. Get yours right now by visiting FrenchLick.com. Must be 21 to enter casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Barbecue is back in Salem, baby, and things are really smoking. New owner Bill and his family would like to invite you to come out to Po' Boys Barbecue at 506 South Main Street, Salem, Indiana, and try us out. I guarantee you'll love it. From pulled pork to ribs to brisket and even barbecue chicken. We have something for everyone. They have kids' meals, burgers, and even smoked wings. And if you've never heard of our haystack onion rings, you've got to try them. And you'll also love our #1 bestseller, the Pig Pin, which features a heaping plate of steak fries covered in cheese and pulled pork. Just $10.95 or get 2 sides for just $2 more. Not sure what you want? Try the sampler platter, which gets you ribs, brisket, pulled pork, barbecue chicken, smoked sausage, and 3 sides for just $23.95. Bill has fed NASCAR drivers, musicians, and NFL players. And they're open now here in Salem and ready to serve you and your family. Come in and see Bill and his family today. They'll be having a grand opening coming soon. Stay tuned to WSLM for more information. Call them at 812-570-0020 for carryout. Or come in for some of the best barbecue you'll ever eat. And remember, at Po' Boys Barbecue, they only smoke the good stuff.
Chili Chefs, here's your chance to showcase your favorite white or red chili. The Awareness Washington County Chili Cook-Off will be held March 11th at Southern Hills from 4 to 7 p.m. If your club, service group, business, or church is looking for a way to be noticed by the public, this is it. Sign up for a booth today. There is no entry fee, and you could win one or more of the 4 cash prizes. You can have information about your programs at your booth and present it to the hundreds of hungry people who stop by. Call 812-896-1930 for a registration form or visit awarenesswashingtoncounty.org.
Find your outdoor adventure at the Ford 68th Annual Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show, February 17th through 19th and 22nd through 26th at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Over 750,000 square feet of the latest boats, RVs, power sports, motorcycles, Tackle-Town USA, travel destinations from across North America, and much more. Save money and buy tickets online at IndySportsShow.com. And don't miss the 25th Annual Indiana Deer, Turkey, and Waterfowl Expo during the final 4 days of the sports show, February 23rd through 26th at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. It's the largest hunting expo in the Midwest, displaying the latest hunting, archery, and waterfowl gear. Hunting outfitters from around the globe. Learn from the pros at the Hunting Seminar Series. Get your deer scored and see the Hoosier Record Book Hall of Fame. One ticket gets you into both shows. Save money and buy tickets online at indiesportshow.com. Another Renfro production.
This is Melissa Jeremiah with Hoosier Uplands Home Health Care and Hospice. Our professionals are available at 812-849-4447 to answer questions regarding home health care or hospice. To decrease the risk of being stranded in a winter storm, check your battery, antifreeze, wipers, windshield wiper fluid, brakes, and keep your car filled with at least a half a tank of gas. Our family at Hoosier Uplands would like to wish you a wonderful 2023.
Cheese is going where it's never gone before. To the bottom, Papa John's is flipping the pizza over and putting it underneath the crust. Papa John's Crispy Parm Pizza features their thin crust seasoned with a blend of shredded Parmesan, Romano cheese,
Radio's Dream Team. Rick Burgess, Bill Bubba Bussing, Calvin Speedy Wilbur, the real Rick Burgess, Helmsy, and Eddie Van Adler.
6 minutes past the hour, the Rick and Bubba Show. 866 We Be Big is the number. As we make our way back, and as you heard, the gang's all here. Greg is not, and I see the look of disappointment on the grade 8, the Elite 8 today. Some things cannot be controlled, and Greg had to take his wife to the doctor today and could not be with us. But